Hello, second grade students. This is Ms. Rosato. No, I am not really green, but I am a caterpillar today because we're going to read a lovely book called Charlie the Caterpillar. It's a book by DeLuise and illustrated by Christopher Santoro. So get comfortable and relax as we read a lovely book, Charlie the Caterpillar. Oh, I love the caterpillar. He looks so nice, just moving around in so many different directions. Charlie the Caterpillar. One day, one bright and sunny day, Charlie the Caterpillar was born. The world looked very, very big to Charlie because he was very, very small, because he was just born. Charlie soon found out how delicious green things tasted. As he was nibbling on a blade of grass, he could hear the wind whistling and the birds singing, tweet, tweet, tweet. He smiled. He was glad to be alive. Charlie decided to set out and see the world. So he looked to the left and he looked to the right, and then he went straight ahead. Soon, Charlie, what? Really? Isn't this a surprise? Let's read and see what happens. Soon, Charlie saw two monkeys.
Hi,
Said Charlie.
what are you doing?
They're playing cards, they said.
Oh,
Said Charlie.
that sounds like fun. Can I play too?
No, you can't, said the monkeys.
Why not?
Asked Charlie. Because you're an ugly caterpillar. Now get out of here. That was mean. Charlie, for the very first time in his young life, felt bad. He sighed, and he would have shrugged his shoulders if he had any. He looked to the left, and he looked to the right, and then he went straight ahead. Pretty soon, he saw two rabbits hopping around.
Hi,
Said Charlie.
what are you doing?
We're playing tennis, they said.
Oh,
Said Charlie.
that looks like fun. Can I play too?
No, you can't, said the rabbits. Why not? Because you're an ugly caterpillar. We don't play with ugly caterpillars. Now get out of here. Now, for the second time in his young life, Charlie felt bad, very bad. His feelings were hurt. What is ugly? Wondered Charlie. He didn't feel ugly. He looked to the left and he looked to the right, and then he went straight ahead. Ah, poor Charlie. Really, those rabbits are mean, don't you think? Let's see, what else is awaiting Charlie? Just then, Charlie saw two mice playing miniature golf. These mice were so small they had to play miniature golf. Hi, said Charlie. What are you doing?
We're playing golf, they answered.
Oh, said Charlie. That really looks like fun. Can I play too? No, you can't, said the mice. Why not? Asked Charlie. Because you're an ugly caterpillar and we really don't play with ugly caterpillars. Now get out of here. Charlie, for the third time in his now not so young life, felt very, very bad. In fact, Charlie started to feel ugly. No one wanted to play with him. So Charlie looked to the left and he looked to the right. And then he started to cry. Oh, I'm crying too. What a sad story. But let's turn the page to see what happens. Charlie wanted to be alone. He climbed up a tree and he snuggled up to a small branch. He felt a little cold, so He went like this, and he went like that, and he went like this, and he went like that. And before he knew it, he had spun himself a warm, wonderful cocoon. Do you see that? Now Charlie is very comfortable in a little warm cocoon. And I know what's going to happen next. Can you guess what's going to happen next? Let's continue reading. I think the ending's going to be very happy. Charlie was very sad about that ugly business. Why can't I have a friend, he wondered. Charlie was so tired from making the cocoon that he decided to take a nap. All of a sudden, snow began to fall and to cover everything with white. Winter had come, but Charlie was nice and warm in his comfortable cocoon. Charlie dreamed that he had a best friend and that they laughed and had fun together. And after a while, the grass began to grow, the flowers began to bloom, and the birds began to have a party in the spring. Spring had come, and somehow Charlie knew it was time to wake up. He yawned and stretched, and then, oh my goodness! Are you ready, students? Pop, pop! Charlie looked to the left, and he looked to the right, and oh, he had wings! Beautiful wings! Butterfly wings! Charlie had become a beautiful butterfly. Charlie fluttered his wings, and guess what? He flew up, up and up. He laughed as he soared past the birds, having a party in the sky. Charlie was flying high when he came upon the monkeys who were still playing cards. Oh, please, come and play with us, begged the monkeys. Why? Asked Charlie. Because you're a beautiful butterfly, they answered. No, thanks, said Charlie, smiling. I gotta get out of here. He zoomed up and away. The monkeys jumped back, looking miserable. Serves them right, thought Charlie. He did a couple of loop-the-loops, and then he came around the rabbits at their tennis game. Oh, please, said the rabbits, won't you come and play with us? Why? Asked Charlie. Because you're such a beautiful butterfly, they answered. Not on your life, said Charlie. Now I gotta get out of here. Then off he flew, leaving the rabbits looking very downhearted. Serves them right, thought Charlie. Let's see. He circled around for a while, and then he saw the mice playing miniature golf. Please, pretty please, pleaded the mice, do come and play with us. Why? Asked Charlie. Because you're such a beautiful butterfly, they answered. Sorry, not today. I really have better things to do. Now I gotta get out of here. Then off he soared, leaving the mice looking sad and pitiful. Serves them right, thought Charlie. They all wanted to be his friend because he was now a beautiful butterfly. They didn't know that he was Charlie, the ugly caterpillar. If they want to be my friends just because of my beautiful wings, they can't be real friends, thought Charlie as he fluttered in the spring sunshine. Just then, Charlie heard someone crying. It was Katie, the caterpillar. Charlie came closer. Why are you crying? He asked. Because no one will play with me. No one wants to be my friend, cried Katie, because I'm an ugly caterpillar. I'll play with you, said Charlie with a wink and a smile. I'll be your friend. You will? Said Katie the caterpillar. What me? Then Charlie took Katie aside and told her all about becoming a butterfly. From that day on, Charlie and Katie played cars and tennis and even miniature golf together. They laughed and had a good time, just like in Charlie's dream. Katie was happy, and Charlie was very happy. He had finally found a friend, a real friend, a best friend. And that is the end of the story. I have to tell you guys that the story was a little bit sad at times because so many animals in the story were mean. But it had a happy ending, and I just love this picture. Which picture is your favorite picture? I'd like to know. And so now, Ms. Rosado says goodbye. See you next week.